Hoarding, The Family Secret Behind Closed Doors. Written by Andy Seongju Kim, Mady Matthews, Bashar Diab, Garam Alhausen, Austin Martin, and Catherine Martin. Designed by Adriana Fratton, typesetting by Nicole Schimpf, and narrated by David Henneberg. Chapter 9. Intervention, Voluntary and Involuntary. Sometimes when dealing with a hoarder, one will need to intervene. This chapter will cover specific methods that will ensure the success rate of the decluttering of a hoarder's house. As beneficial as it may seem, getting officials to do a complete cleanout or a house raid of a hoarder's house is not a good idea. The hoarder will most likely be traumatized emotionally and physically from the loss of their possessions or animals. A relapse in hoarding behaviors can occur after a complete house cleanout, especially if the hoarder does not receive treatment or medical attention. In this case, it would mean that officials would need to go back to the hoarder's house and do another house raid, thus causing more trauma for the hoarder. It is very important for a hoarder to have a supporter, a helper, or a coach, someone they have built a relationship based on trust with. Trust is the key foundation needed for intervention. If this relationship is not there, then it will be very difficult to declutter a hoarder's house, although there are other factors needed to perform a successful intervention. To begin, there are two types of interventions, a voluntary intervention and an involuntary intervention. Voluntary interventions are when the hoarder, of their own free will, wants assistance and is willing to get the help they need for the task. Of course, they will still experience some difficulties and struggle emotionally after getting rid of their possessions or animals. An involuntary intervention, on the other hand, is when someone else makes the decision for the hoarder. For example, a government agency might come in and dispose of the hoarder's possessions, or animal control might come in and take away the animals within the house. As mentioned before, this can be harmful to the hoarder's mental and physical health, especially when they are not given medical attention for help. Involuntary intervention typically happens when the hoarder is outed, meaning someone in the community tells authorities about strange odors from the hoarder's house or the hoarder's behaviors. Police can get involved and can conduct a checkup on the hoarder. If they believe the hoarder has broken community safety laws, they can issue a cleanout of the hoarder's house. If too many laws have been broken, the hoarder may face potential charges and jail time. A successful hoarding intervention. The first step that will create the foundation for the intervention is the trust relationship. It is very important that this trust bond be strong and the main aspect of the intervention process that cannot be broken for the duration of the decluttering. This relationship should be established before the decluttering begins and can be formed with anyone. The hoarder may choose a family member, a friend, or a therapist they have been seeing. The person they form the bond with is referred to as their coach, supporter, or helper. If the hoarder does not choose a family member or their life partner, it is important to remember that the choice has nothing to do with love. The hoarder may experience shame and guilt and may feel as though they have let their family down. Therefore, they want to overcome their hoarding behaviors with someone they don't think they have let down. When approaching a hoarding situation like this, it's important to establish what the hoarder is comfortable with and then to help them in this particular way on their de-hoarding journey. After the trust relationship has been solidified with their coach, it's time to start with a game plan. The game plan, in this sense, is how the helper and the hoarder are going to approach the situation and what's to be expected throughout the duration of decluttering. The game plan takes place before the decluttering process begins, so the hoarder and supporter can gain a basic understanding of how to deal with the problem. To start off, the game plan should include the awareness of both parties that the hoarder has total power over their possessions. If they don't feel comfortable with others touching their things, then that's perfectly fine. If they want assistance moving things, then that's fine too.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?